Blog Talk Radio.
Yo, what's bangin', man? It's your boy Nutso. Mr. Get With It to get your face knitted. Reppin' that Q borough, nigga. Flushing Queens, man. I'm out here with my motherfucking family. You already know what it is when you hear that. Ooh, hey! Yeah, nigga. Screwball Radio with Black Poet and King Eric. Common, what up? This is what we do, man. Nutso, Queens. Was brangin', nigga.
Yeah. It's your boy Life Liggy Long, live from the pandemic. Yeah. So keeping the vibes right. You know what I'm saying? We got Screwball Radio with your man King Eric, Black Poet. Shout out my man Common. You know how we do. You know what I mean? Screwball Radio. Get in tune, baby. We out here. Let's go. Screwball.
Yeah, what up, man? It's your boy Common, man, Screwball Capo, and I'm here on Screwball Radio with my brother Black Poet and King Eric.
You know what it is? Escape the drippiest of Screwball. I'm here with the wildest and the grimiest, King Eric and Black Poet at Screwball Radio. Oh yeah, shout out my big bros for life, John Nitty, Kyron, Common, Bronchek, rest easy KL Hostel.
What's hood good with y'all? This your big homie, Prodigy Hood from the South Central Cartel. I'm tapping in with the homies, Black Poet and Eric Mossberg at Screwball Radio. Bang that.
What's up? This is Prince Power Rule, a.k.a. Marcano from the Leftovers, and you're listening to Screwball Radio with my man Black Poet and King Eric. Yeah.
What it is, y'all. This your player partner, the legendary Cocaine. And look, I want to give big ups to my East Coast family. Shout out to Screwball Radio, you dig? Man, big ups to Common, Black, Poet, and my nephew Eric Mossberg. That's what it is, Screwball Radio, Buddy Boys, the legendary Cocaine. We on that Monkey with the Funky campaign, you heard? Man, keep it wiggling.
Screwball.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got Queens bitch finest up in this motherfucker tonight. They just came from war. They want to let you know a little something about where they come from. The brick.
Surprise, nigga, poet, laser beam spitter. I'm from the bridge, Queens, nigga. One of the last real mean niggas. Back up, I'm hyping our man. I'm on some shit. I still consider Tyson the champ. Y'all niggas is puss. Type of niggas get mush. Can't wait to introduce your ass to my foot. I'm coming through like I told all my sons I would. I'm copping that brick. I'm making sure them guns is good. That's some other shit I really shouldn't be rhyming about. But fuck it, I ain't holding nothing. I put my time on the block. I leave it all for my real war dogs to do. While I break rappers in two and rap for the screw. Year round, the label, the logo's a calendar. I'm Black Poet, destroying all challengers. Y'all niggas better run. I'm number one, son. Time for action. Poet has come. Y'all niggas better run. No matter where you from. Go tell everyone. Poet has come. Y'all niggas better run. I'm number one, son. Time for action. Poet has come. Y'all niggas better run. No matter where you from. Go tell everyone. Poet has come. Poet has come to do niggas dirty. That son of a bitches. I don't like none of them niggas. I seen them in the magazine frontin' pictures with them video hoes, but they ain't fucking them bitches. Poet has come to lead y'all niggas. Hip hop is starving, I came to feed y'all niggas. Poet has come to show you who's the best at this. I'm wrecking shit, nigga, I perfected this. I let my dog take a shit on your front yard. Pull out the Mac and go straight retard. I got the bitches saying, damn, he look too hard. He might beat the pussy up, oh child lord. Y'all niggas don't understand how I'm coming at it. My formula's quadratic, contra positive. My shit is too deep, even for you college kids. That's how hot it is. Throw the shit on and watch heads bop to this. QB, 41st side. Y'all niggas better run. I'm number one, son. Time for action. Poet has come. Y'all niggas better run. No matter where you from. Go tell everyone. Poet has come. Y'all niggas better run. I'm number one, son. Time for action. Poet has come. Y'all YG's with me, MOP with me, Teflon, Crumb Snatcher, and Bump B with me. Who's with me? Ghouls with me, I fools with me. Rave roulette, get drunk and act a fool with me. New York City, we got the real grind gritty, and I want y'all to love me like y'all love Biggie. Ain't no other kings and this rap thing is right. The crown is always and forever Frank White. So fuck y'all niggas, put the mask on, stick y'all niggas, then act like yo, who stuck y'all niggas? I'm the foulest nigga you gon' ever meet. Name bang on every street, screwball who had hold heavy heat. You better pray to God we don't never meet. Leave you slumped over the wheel, blood on your leather seat, brains on the passenger side of the window. Fucking with that hoe, didn't get a chance to hit the dro. This is for the non-believers. Niggas want beef, niggas got to meet cleavers. Niggas want drama, niggas got the street sweeper. Niggas wanna squash it, fuck you, you get the finger.
The bridge, Queensbridge, Queensbridge.
Screwball Radio, episode 173. What's going on, E?
Live and direct, man. This is going to be a special episode. We want to thank everybody, first and foremost, for taking the time to chop it up with us, call the show, listen to the show, subscribe to the channel, and help us reach 173 and giving y'all the real hip-hop every Saturday night, man. How you doing out there?
Everything good, man. Everything good. I think Poet gonna be on a little later, but we gonna hold it down, you know.
Yes, sir, man. And our guest of the night is actually on the live right now, man. We got Cerebral, one of the best MCs from Cali, coming out right now. He's on the board right now with us, so we about to plug him on. Welcome to Screwball Radio, episode 173, man.
Yo, peace. Peace. Salute, man. 2 L's up. Pleasure to have you on Screwball Radio. You know, this is Comet the Madman, you know what I'm saying, Screwball Capo. And, you know, glad to have you on, man. You've been putting out heat out there.
Well, I appreciate the op.
Oh, yeah, you know, here on Screwball Radio, you know, we got to give the real ones flowers, man. You know, that's one thing we take pride in, is giving artists that are raw, giving them their flowers, you know what I'm saying? That's why we dedicate this whole hour to you, you know what I'm saying?
Word.
So,
yeah, and
you know,
especially with guns. Go ahead.
You know, yeah, say what you were going to say, because I was just going to get into it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, go right ahead, man. Go right ahead.
So, real quick, you know, this is you know, I've been listening to music for, I want to say, a year and a half now. But I see you go by two monikers. So, your artist name is Supreme Cerebral, and your alias is Bugsy Nino. Like, how does, you know, I just give the people a little insight about that.
Yeah. Bugsy is just like what they call me, like, in my hood. Like, that's like a name I've had since I was a little boy. And Supreme is my rap name. But it's just most people knew me as Bugsy, just from street shit. So that's kind of why all my social media and shit is Bugsy Nino. But yeah, the rap shit is 100% Supreme Cerebral. I did a little mixtape series years ago, many years ago, over 10 years ago, called the Bugsy Nino series. Part 1 and Part 2. Part 2 is called the Pimp McGriff story. It's just a. I just wanted to kind of always keep Bugsy because that's how people know me, and Supreme is just that's the name. You know what I mean? Supreme Cerebral is the name. So people get it confused a lot. You know what I mean? But I always tell them it's Supreme Cerebral.
Yeah, because when I went searching for you, if I'm looking through Google, I'm gonna type in Supreme Cerebral, but when I type you in on social media platforms, the Bugsy Nino comes up. So I just wanted to, in case fans out there they go searching for you, and they might type in Supreme Cerebral and not find you because they see the Bugsy Nino.
I mean, you see. That's why I have the logo up there, because most people know my logo, so they kind of automatically know that's me.
So you said 10 years ago you dropped a mixtape. How long you been doing the music? Because you sound, when I listen to you, you sound seasoned, like you've been here for a while, And I always like that when I listen to an artist. I like to hear that the confidence in the artist, and you don't follow nobody. You kind of your own vibe. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I like about you, is that you your own vibe. You're not out here.
Right. Yeah, and I take pride in that, and I make sure that I try to not rap on certain types of beats that are very popular in our scene. I don't like doing a bunch of ad-libs. If you like my music, it's probably because you like people that can rap. Because I'm not going to play games and styles on a song or give you some swag or whatever the hell these kids call it or whatever. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to bar out. I think
because I noticed that you run with Twin. Shout out to Twin, infamous mob, Queensbridge legend.
Right.
Are you part of the Grimy Records?
I am not. I mean, unofficially, yes, because those are all my people.
Right.
But no, I'm a part of the Dart Unit, which is a bunch of cats from Philly, and me. So I'm a part of that. I'm also associated with Gold Chain with Planet Asia.
Okay, so are you originally from New York and you live in Cali, or are you from Cali but got ties to New York?
I was out there when I was little. I've been going back and forth to New York since '90s with family and everything. So I've been in California most of my life. So I would consider myself a Californian, but I'm kind of like an off-brand Californian because I got so much ties with New York. So
yeah, because I probably
have more of a New York vibe to people because the way I talk, the way I dress, shit that I'm into, you know what I mean? Because I was influenced by the city, so and I was influenced by the city at a very young age. So
right,
that's kind of always just been what I am, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to be East Coast, West Coast. I'm not trying to do nothing. I'm kind of just me, you know what I mean?
Right. Because I look at you and your
like
whole aura. His aura is the New York aura. You know what I'm saying? Like I thought that you was from New York and you moved over there. Because I also seen you here and you did Against the Grain Radio, or was it Skanks Radio? I think the Bangkok Radio.
Yeah, I've done that. Yeah, I've done Shade 45 a bunch of times. I've done Bushwick Radio. I've done East New York Radio. I've done all those outlets out there. But that's because I got ties out there. So like, everybody kind of fucks with me because I got ties to the city.
Right. So, what made you get into hip hop? I always ask this question to our, to our guests is like, what got you into hip hop? How long have you been a hip hop head?
Shit, I've been a hip hop head probably all my life. I have older brothers My oldest brother is 56 years old, so I've been influenced by many genres of music. All my brothers play instruments. My whole my father used to drum in a soul band. He also was in a traveling band that traveled with the rock band Journey across the country in the 70s. My mom used to play for an orchestra. She used to play flute for an orchestra, symphony. So, like, my family is very, very musical. And hip-hop kind of just, I would say that shit found me more than I found it. I was always immersed in the culture. Even, like, when I was real little and I skateboarded, you know what I mean? And I was still, like, a hip-hop kid, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, it's always been a part of me. I started rapping, I think the first time I ever rapped was, like, 97, 98. And I used to just kick freestyles with my cousins and them, and just kind of shoot the shit, not even ever take it real serious. I think I started taking it, like, more serious towards, like, 2011. Yeah, there was, and I had put out things prior to 2011, but I wasn't really active, if that makes sense. I was kind of just throwing shit out there, not really having a plan or an idea of what I wanted my musical journey to be like. I think around 2016, 15, 16, I kind of figured out what I was just gonna try to tap myself into, and I think. By now, I think I've kind of mastered what I'm going to be as an MC. So,
right.
So now it's just surprising myself more than anything, just of how kind of easy rap has become to me. It's taken many years of just. I mean, I went through a lot of trauma, getting arrested, a bunch of dumb shit that shouldn't have happened. And so there was a lot of years of me not focusing on trying to be a rapper or no shit like that. Even now, I'm not a full-time rapper. It might seem like that to a lot of people who kind of follow me and follow my journey. They're probably like, damn, this guy has an immense amount of material. But I honestly probably rap 40, 50 days out the year. So I just do it in bulk.
Why is that?
Because I feel like me living gives me more to talk about than consistently writing stuff and kind of getting caught into a loop. And I think that's why a lot of people find themselves having writer's block or shit like that. I've never had a problem writing raps. I've never had an issue with none of that. And I think it's because I take so much time off in between rapping. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean I'm not studying the culture or being a part of the culture either.
Yeah, you're just not oversaturating yourself and wearing yourself thin. Because, a lot of rappers these days, they putting out projects every month, and, you listen to the content, and it's pretty much the same content, just worded different,
Exactly, and a lot of people make the same exact kind of music. Every album is like the same type of beats, the same type of songs. Everything is just, and, our scene kind of got lost in the whole Griselda movement, and I'm not saying that in a disrespectful way either. I'm just saying as people were definitely trying to copy them.
In hip hop,
and they were sounding like them, and they were sounding like Rock Marciano, and they were, and their whole aura is based around them. And I always wanted to separate myself from that. And like I said, that's no knock to those brothers. That's no knock to those brothers. It's 1,000% respect for what they've done. I'm just not really into that, if that makes sense.
No, because I feel the same way. You know what I mean? Like, when the Griselda came out, it was like everybody wanted to the producers, everybody want to emulate them. So they put out their beat, and they'll be like, oh, you know, Derringer type beat, or Alchemist type beat, or you know, West Side Gun type beat. Like, instead of being themselves, because you know, in our time for hip hop, you know, everybody was their own sound. Whether you was Pete Rock, Large Professor, Havoc, Premier, you know, the list goes on for the vets. You know, everybody had their own sound. They wasn't trying to sound like nobody. But today, it's like they want to drown themselves out and try to get that fan base by trying to sound like them. You know what I'm saying? So just for me, particular, like you stand out on your own. My man Daniel Son stands out on his own. You know, it's a couple of y'all out there that y'all come with your own flavor, and that's what makes y'all likable. You know what I mean? Because y'all not trying to sound like Griselda. You're not trying to sound like, you know, Philly or anything like that. So when you listen to Supreme Cerebral, that's who you getting. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting, oh, yo, he sound like Nas, or he sound like this one, or he sound like that one. You know. Which
and you know, people used to try to
people
would try to box you in. Yeah, people always try to box you into a category that's of their liking. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you rap like this. Oh, you like nah. You know, I just think because everybody's so caught up in not being an individual no more that they always want to compare you nowadays. But for me, that's why I said I try to just separate myself, bro. Like, I'm gonna rap crazy, and I'm gonna use crazy patterns and crazy shit, and my vocabulary is extensive. I read a lot, so I'm gonna say words and things that you're never gonna say because you don't even know what that word is. So I'm able to use my intelligence as well as my street knowledge and who I am as a human, and I'm able to put that together to sound like me, you know what I mean? And I also don't really listen to nobody, so I still listen to 90s music, so call it whatever you want to call it, but I don't really listen to these cats, you know what I mean? Like, I don't listen to any of these guys, so it's hard for me to sound like them because I don't have their influence in my ears. Like, their music never hits my ears, so I don't know shit about what they sound like. And that goes for pretty much everybody, even cats that I have songs with. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really listen to them unless they're on songs with me. There's a couple cats I do listen to. You know, shout out my brother Ill Conscious. I love Ill Conscious music. But for the majority part, I don't really listen to people's music. And I think that helps me not sound like anybody.
So you were saying that, you know, you with the Gold Chain, that you connected with Gold Chain, Planet Asia. Are you from the same area as Planet Asia? Or what part of LA are you from?
I'm in the LA area. I'm actually in the direct county over from Los Angeles. And he's from Fresno, which is Central California.
Oh, okay.
So that's fucking 8 hours away, 6 hours away, some shit like that.
And how did you link with Twin?
I had met Twin through Huss Kingpin.
He's dope.
Many
dope.
years ago. Yeah, many years ago, and from jump, we'd always had respect and love for each other. And then he wanted to get into the polo shit like real bad because he would see me at Diggs' house, Dirty Diggs. Shout out Dirty Diggs. He would see me at their house, and I would always be low down because I've been doing that shit forever. So he kind of was like a little bit intrigued of the lifestyle of the low, you know what I mean? And he started asking me questions about the low, and I think we just became closer and closer after that. Pause, but you know, we just became better friends. So you as that situation grew, we just became closer friends, and yeah, he's been one of the coolest motherfuckers I ever met in this rap shit. And I think we just have a natural chemistry outside of music. Like, that's my homeboy.
Right.
And I'll fuck somebody up for twins and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it just grew over the years. Many, many years of knowing each other, and then now we're kind of in the same area. So I see twins way more often. You know what I mean? So that shit just grew like that. It was just organic. You know what I mean? Like, we met through Hus, and the relationship just grew.
Yeah, real always recognize real at the end of the day. You know, energy speaks volumes. You know, and Twin is a real one. You know, Twin.
Yeah, he always say you remind me of a motherfucker from the bridge. So, like, I guess I might just give him that nostalgic feeling of back home too. You know what I mean? 'Cause I ain't really about no fuck shit. I'm a straight shooter. Right. I'm not no bully or no tough guy, but I'm with whatever motherfuckers want to get into. So, you know, I hold myself in that regard. And I'm a big-ass human being, bro. I'm 6'5", 250 pounds. So, okay. I'm not some tiny dude walking around here.
So you say you
really gets it in. Like, you really gets it in hitting that gym.
Yeah. Not even just that. You know, I be training and shit. I do jujitsu with my man who's a trainer, jujitsu trainer, triple black belt jujitsu. I'm not. He is. But yeah, I like fucking around. You know what I mean? But like I said, I'm not trying to bully or be a punk or be no weirdo like that or no shit like that. I'm just not gonna let people talk crazy to me or disrespect me or no shit like that. But I'm a very laid back human being. Like, if you're around me, you probably gonna smoke a bunch of weed. We gonna drink some motherfucking Scotch whiskey and we be chilling. Like, I'm not looking for trouble, but I'm not opposed to trouble either. You know what I mean?
So you say, you rock low. Are you, part of the low lives, or are you just someone that?
Well, we've been talking to Thurston for a minute because they don't have a LA chapter. So we've been trying to get the LA chapter for a minute. They just he just had new paperwork done for the whole situation, so that we could start the funding of it and everything. But we haven't signed the papers yet with Thurston. Me and Twin are probably going to take over the chapter, the LA chapter. There's not a lot of us out here either, so it's harder to get the chapter out here.
My man
but yes,
is
I am associated with the Lowlifes, and shout out to all the Lowlifes, the Universal Lowlifes, Paris Lowlifes, Mexico City Lowlifes, everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, two L's up, my brother. 2 L's up. All the time.
That's a culture that you either know about that culture or you don't.
Well, the low lives is in itself is, not to compare it to Zulu Nation, but it's
definitely a big faction of.
Yeah, we are a big faction of the hip hop world with fashion, just with innovative. You know what I'm saying? Being everything, one. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it all goes hand in hand. Thurston is my brother. Brack Low is my brother. Shout out to Mayhem. And shout out to you. Thank you for coming on the show first and foremost. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, man. They're having me.
Before we get into the music, though, like, I wanted to ask you because I don't know if it's true or not, but you were hospitalized for a minute, I guess, street shit.
You talking about? When I got shot, that was wild.
Yeah. Was that?
Yeah, they shot me in the. They shot me in the neck of all the places.
And I
walked out
that shit.
I walked out that hospital the next day because fuck them pussies.
So it's pretty much just jealousy.
But yeah, that was 10 years ago now. So fuck, every day is a blessing. You know what I mean?
Oh, what is you know? Still, I'm glad you're still here. You know?
Right, because I wouldn't have done any of the things that I've done musically. So yeah, I think about that shit, but I don't really think about it because I don't know. Like they try to say I was supposed to have PTSD and all this shit, and every time I go to the hospital or whatever, they're like, damn, he's fine. He's crazy. Even my doctor, she was like, you're nuts. She was like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, what you mean? She's like, you're supposed to have, like, PTSD. You're supposed to have a little trauma from that situation. And I'm like, I don't even think about that bullshit. You know what I mean? I think about, I'm still here, so fuck it. You know what I mean?
You know,
if they was going to kill me, I would have died because they shot me in a place where it was easily for me to die. They just, you know, thank God, whoever was watching over me, you know, moved that bullet to where they moved that bullet. Because all it did was hit muscle tissue. So it missed my spine by 1/4 of an inch. They said I would have been a vegetable. I would have been paralyzed from the neck down. And then it missed my main artery by like 1 inch. So, I mean, go left 1/4 inch, go right 1/2 inch, and I could have been dead. You know what I mean?
Well, you know, thank God.
So it plays a part of the story.
You know, yeah, it wasn't my time though. You know, for whatever that reason is, I don't even think I figured that reason out yet. But I have a good feeling I will figure that reason out. You know, before I die. But yeah, man, every day I'm grateful. You know what I mean? Luckily, them suckers didn't kill me because it would have been by a bitch ass motherfucker. I don't know if I can curse. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you good.
But yeah,
we here.
Okay, yeah. But it was done by, you know, somebody who, you know, wasn't worthy enough to take my life. So, you know, that's why the universe, I think, looked out for me. You know, not him. Not him. He was too much of a weenie. You know what I mean? So not him.
We ain't even gonna give that person any light. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We're not gonna give him no type of energy because you know it's not worth it.
Right.
We just want to celebrate you. You know what I'm saying? So on that note, let's give some people some of your old music and bring them up to speed. Shout out Just P. You know, Just P just tuned. You know, he's tuned in. He wanted to send his salutes. You know what I'm saying? The brother Low. And let's give him some heat, and then we'll come back to the interview.
No doubt. Here we go.
Supreme Cerebral.
Oh man, trouble.
Turn it up a little bit.
Stop knocking at my door.
Giuseppe chick taste, switch blades, split your wave in 6 ways. Wrist blaze, whip cane, show you how this dick tastes. Mistake this face, use your ass as fish bait. Piss stain, fuck boy, you fucking with an insane psycho. My nice clothes is part of the pimp game. Switch lanes with sensei, my shit race in 5th grade. I'm on a higher plane, you a liar lame. Bag of Dame with the same game as Rick James. I'm a super freak, physique rather too unique. To the beat of a drum, I patternise my speech. I speak creep, turn your kids to mincemeat. Doing drive-bys on 10 speeds, it's that deep. Clap heat through your chest plate. Me, I strategize with my rhymes like some chess play. Me, I never lie, getting pies from them essays. The devil's in disguise, real lies, this vision's x-ray.
Only running with the proof. Only running with the proof. Only running with the proof. And what we like. Never fuck with weak sight.
Sway, Sergio Tashini, beige, dirty old Bellini, putting numbers on the boards like a motherfucking Ouija. Catch 3 like CP or 6 like GD. Chicks see the flicks, think we rich, now they easy. Bricks of the sniff, moving quick, need a repeat. Bitch never slip, get a grip off my PP. Pimps never trick, here's a tip by my EP. LP, CD, mixtape, vinyl. Crack is final, make you discharge from the vaginal. Excuse me, the vaginal, casual off Adderall. I ain't with the back and forth, this here ain't paddleball. Tattle on the guards cause they frauds and can't tag along. Too selfish to take a selfie. I'ma kick these bars beyond par and sell healthy. Future color gators make these haters unhealthy. Cause see, I never fight fair like nightmares on Elm Street.
Only running with the proof. Only running with the proof. Only running with the proof. Never fuck with weak type.
Yo, I spit the dope shit, roll up ropes clips when the smoke gets low and I'm trying to blow. You gotta go, bitch. Theodora Lotto head, avocado spread it on spell. You thought I read books, but it was all inside my head. They tried to torture me cause they didn't understand the sorcery, forcing me to yellow tape shit and torch the streets. Ox tongue, razor tag rap, relax, Major Max headroom. Your bitch on my dick, smoking and counting racks. Shout out to my BM. Life is good, niggas can't see me like catfish bitches in my DMs. I blow shotties and party hard to Yo Gotti. These whole thotties on my line, but I ain't nobody. Thug nature slugs, racing, trying to face them. I slang lace and sprinkle my coke and run the matrix. I feel your hatred, but what I do is sacred.
Bang, bang, orangutan, slang, gold chain, top of the game. Only running with the proof. Only running with the proof. And we'll never fuck with weak types.
Bugsy Nino. Bugsy Nino, C notes to freeload. Reload the ego for weed dope and EO. Peru coke from Gino, that kush smoke is Nito. Bugsy like Seagull, the Ninos for kilos. Behold the deep flows, it's cunning and regal. People's upheaval is running through needles. Ask Chico, I could sell rock like the Beatles. Deceitful, with a flow sick as the measles. A Broad Street bully with a fully automatic aimed at your hoodie. Toy Stories, no Woody. I'm crazy. Bitches say preem, you crazy. A pain in the ass, nah, but fuck you, pay me. I'm no shorty, nigga, I'll stop your glory. I'm a Kenyan street nigga for real. I'm so adoring, I'm soaring. Mind lost out in outer space. Now I'm chopping in the kitchen so that I could batter cake. You're a bannerweight, my heavyweight pushing's out of place. Blowing Cali Hayes, counting $500,000 out the safe. I'm the guard. I'm money affiliated, destined to be the greatest. Rocking the polo latest while flipping off all the haters. Leave black holes, no raiders. We faded, but you can't fade us. Blunts roll up like skaters. They made us into some papers. I'm never sleeping like Vegas. Aim is to keep me famous. Your girl gave me her anus. The stainless is where your brain is. I flip pies, no bakery. With a fine ass dime piece, long legs like Amory. No faking me. I've been serving fiends since '83. I'm hooked. Cause ain't no such thing as halfway crooks. You scared to death and scared to look, you shook. Your mama won't put money on your books full of jooks. And tie your whole family in the basement complacent. With a flow rock him adjacent. I'm patient and real fucking high. Spaceships, Creole Cajun with a knife like Jason. It's ancient, voodoo witchcraft by a Haitian. And just like religion, I'll divide a whole nation. I'm the guard. I'm the guard.
Yeah, my name is on the map like that. Not a name, rain good. In the motherfucking ass. High level of artistry, the part of me. Yeah, my name is on the map like that. Not a name, rain good. In the motherfucking ass. I'm bored by my so-called peers. You'll have to pardon me.
So controller, gun toter, bipolar soldier. Kick over your baby stroller, bitch, I thought I told you. Face poker rolled on my shoulders for this exposure. Ghetto composer, sick as melanoma when I wrote this. The scope focused, the coke dust, potent a notice. Swarm like locusts on opponents with the right components. The thieves know us, the D's show up, we leave your throat cut. Street poet, your heart's yogurt, you don't know us. The upper echelon, impressive when the pressure's on. Blessed dawn in sessions where the lessons last extra long. Don't need a vest at all, the tech will wreck your legs and arms. Who's the impression of a legend like Pharaoh Monch? Low life, Ralphie Kid, all about the biz. Letting women gallivanting in my fancy crib. It's just the life I live, Pyrex and baking soda. Uncut coca to Minnesota and both Dakotas.
Yeah, my name is on the map like that. Not a name, in the motherfucking ass.
High level of artistry, the part of me.
Yeah, my name is on the map like that. Not a name, in the motherfucking ass.
Bored by my so-called peers, you'll have to pardon me. We never slow up, the game's fishy like dirty chocha. Don't vulture cultures, you posers remain unfocused. Wrote this opus with the lowest forms of rodents who protest bogus. Unrope shit through psychosis, elite shogun. Mastering styles of insects, 300 bench press. Bullets rip through your little princess. Squeeze triggers with the index, sick as incest. Getting money big enough to cop twin jets. We never fold up, only exotics when we roll up. Champagne soaked us, diamond ice cold cups. Signs thrown up, guns bust and souls float up. You don't know much, keep hush and get choked up. It's street science, and you don't wanna see the heat fire and the meat flying off your bones slow while you keep dying. See, I am Messiah, but still fire iron. Or might beat you to death with a tire iron.
Yeah, my name is on the map like that. Not a name, in the motherfucking ass.
High level of artistry, the part of me.
Yeah, my name is on the map like that. Not a name, in the motherfucking ass.
Bored by my so-called peers, you'll have to pardon me.
My name is on the map like that. In the motherfucking ass.
High level of artistry, the part of me.
Yeah, my name is on the map like that. In the motherfucking ass.
Bored by my so-called peers, you'll have to pardon me.
Yeah, that's that fire right there. Supreme Cerebral, a.k.a. Bugsy Nino. Ain't nothing but heat, man. That's all we give you here on Screwball Radio.
And consistency.
We keep our ear to the street.
Yeah,
nothing but that raw.
Yo, that's from like 2005.
Yeah,
we had to go we had to go dig back.
Yeah, I ain't heard that shit in a long time. I was like, damn, they played this? That was so long ago. That's crazy.
There's a lot of people.
That's what we do, man. We digging the crates.
Yeah, that's a good one. I haven't heard that song in many, many moons.
Yeah, we definitely gotta give the listeners a bit of who you are. You know what I'm saying? So we'd like to take it all the way back and then bring them up to speed. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
I also know that you did an album with one of my peoples, Rec Real. Shout out to Rec Real.
Definitely shout out Rec Real.
Some might know him as Recognized Real, but I call him Rec, because he kept Rec on that production. You know what I'm saying? He's from Strong Island. I think he out in Queens right now. How did y'all link up? Being that like you from LA and he's from New York. Like how did that union become? Because y'all actually sound really good together. You know what I'm saying?
I met him through Rashid Chappelle. Rashid Chappelle had came over to see me when I was in New York, and he was with Rec, and Rec was like, yo, I've heard of you, da-da-da-da. And I'm like, word, I've heard some of your shit too with Rashid. And he was like, yo, we should go do something. And so me, him, Elo Kush, Rashid Chappelle, and John Robinson from Signs of Life, we all, Rec took us from Brooklyn all the way to Queens. He came and picked us up, took us all the way to Queens. We recorded Culture Freedom that night. That's one of my highest streamed songs. And then he was like, Preem, we gotta do this. And I'm like, you trying to do a whole joint? He was like, I'm definitely trying to do a whole joint. And I just knocked that album out, I think, in like a week, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Rashid's on 2 songs because he was kind of there when I recorded both of those songs in Rec's house. That's how he jumped on both of those. Yeah, and then Kush, of course, that's my brother, and then I have Planet Asia on that album as well. And those are just people I genuinely fuck with. Me and Elo Kush are in a group called the Clark Connoisseurs, and we have two very, very dope albums that have already dropped. We sold out the vinyl through Copenhagen, and we got part 3 coming in July. So, yeah, with Rec, though, yeah, like I said, it was just natural. I met him through Rashid. We recorded that night, and, yeah, we just started working, and we've been working ever since. And Rec is one of the most genuine people I think I've ever met in this rap shit. And he's just a good human being, and I fuck with people like that. Those are my kind of people, you know what I mean? So me and him just have a dope-ass relationship that just continues to build. And I love rapping on his beats. I mean, why would you not, right? He's a dope-ass producer.
Yeah, definitely. You know, me and Rec worked last year. We did a song for him called Robin Season.
Right.
But you also featured on the album.
Right.
I forget the name of the album, but it's got like that collage cover on it.
Yeah,
you know
something obscurity, right? Or obscure something. Yeah, I know the album. Subterranean Obscurity or some shit, right?
Yep, Subterranean Obscurity. Dope album. Very looked over. You know what I'm saying? Definitely got looked over. But to me, it's probably one of my favorite joints that I did with him. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I just appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? You keep pulling out that heat, and like I said, hip hop these days is a monkey see, monkey do kind of mentality out there. You know, they see what works for someone, they try to jump in on the bandwagon. But you, my brother, you know, you keeping it authentic. You know what I'm saying? You keeping it true to yourself. You ain't trying to be like no one, you know what I'm saying? You run with Twin, you know, to be around Twin, you know, you gotta be official, you know what I'm saying?
Official.
'Cause everybody I know from Queensbridge, you know, they 100%, they see through the bullshit, and to be around one of them, it's because you have to be a solid individual. You know what I'm saying? So I'll give you that respect as well, my brother.
I appreciate that.
You got any questions for him?
No, but I would like to.
I wanted to. Yeah, I was going to ask him. Do you feel that even with today's the way the culture is shifted right now, do you feel that California lyricists are still overlooked?
I guess it depends on how you look at it, because if you look at it through the lens of like a TDE, then you think we're super successful. But if you look at it through the eyes of like me or PA or Tri-State or like other people, you know, it could be looked at differently. I think we automatically get looked over because the sound of LA is completely different than the way that I rap. So, you know, there's a big gang culture out here, so that kind of music is more prevalent in the streets than you would hear like lyrical shit. You know what I mean? With the lyrics, it's a certain genre of people, you know, that really like lyrical content, and that's not always the case in LA. So it just depends. There's a market for it, obviously, right? But it just depends on how you could tap. It just depends on how you could tap into it. Because Kendrick Lamar was doing the same thing we was doing 10 years ago. He was doing the same underground content. You know what I mean? He just happened to get into a situation that enhanced his visibility to people, which I think, if any of us get the opportunity like that we could probably take it to that situation as well. But, you know, a lot of things with today's math is relationships, right? So if you do the knowledge on how people are getting put on, it's all through relationships. So then you got to look at it like, I don't have a manager, I don't have a team, I have Supreme, and that's it. And so if I get CDs pressed, if I do anything, it's through me. Luckily, you know, with Copenhagen, I was able to get many vinyls done and sell out many vinyls. But vinyl, excuse me, it's not vinyls. I've purchased my own vinyl before. I've done 100 copies, my own money out of my own pocket, and you know, I've been successful. So you know, you got to find your market, and you gotta just go with it. I get more love overseas than anything, so you know, that's what our focus is right now. We got a connection with Japan. Me and Ill Conscious are probably going to go to Japan in September. So, you know, you just got to kind of get in where you fit in. And in LA, it's community based. So, you know, there's a community of us underground heads, you know what I mean? But it's not as big as the more affluent people, you know, that have more of a social media presence and everything like that.
Well, you know, when you think of LA and you think about the underground, you know, you think of course, you know, Planet Asia, Tri-State, you know, Dilated,
yeah.
You know,
Razzcast,
the Far Ra, Alcoholics, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
LA definitely does have their core lyricists that's not all about the gang-banging culture, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even though, you know, it's the gang-bang culture that kind of won the West when you think about it, you know what I mean? Because that's what everybody looks for.
If you live in LA, you completely understand why. Because there's so much gang banging going on, and there's so much hood shit, and there's so many different hoods. So, you know, that's a culture within itself. LA gang culture is a culture within itself. So, and that shit's old, man. It's real old. So you have generations of gangbangers, you know, that have been repping that same hood, and their grandfather is from the same hood. You know what I mean? So I don't think that'll ever die.
Shout out our good brother Cocaine. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm sure you know the OG. You know what I'm saying? He's like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's from the early '80s. You know what I mean? They've been doing, you know, that lifestyle's been there since after the Panthers. So it's something that's never going to stop. You know what I mean?
No, it's
but
never.
Hip hop. You know, hip hop finds its way, you know, not like yourself, you know, not everything got to be gang banging, you know. It's, you know, that's why I kind of like Kendrick Lamar, because he's not always speaking on, you know, he tries to come lyrical, you know what I'm saying? He tries to have the wordplay.
Right. Yeah, and he's smart, and he's
multi-layered.
So, like, yeah, he has definitely a lot of layers to him. So then that's what you need to have. Like, you can't just keep talking about the same thing over and over and over. You can only kill people so many times on a verse. You know what I mean? That it becomes monotonous at the end of the day. When all you talk about is killing and guns and my little shooter does this, you know, you know, like that becomes monotonous to people because it's a never-ending cycle of just dumb shit. So
yeah, it's kind of like the drill music scene. You know, the drill music scene. You know, people label it hip hop, but I don't. It got nothing to do with hip hop. They might be rapping, but that ain't hip hop. That don't have nothing to do with the culture.
Yeah,
you know?
I think they should have differentiated certain genres of hip hop a long time ago. Because what the kids do isn't what we do, and it's completely different. So, you know, that trap genre of music, the drill genre of music, should kind of have their own little subculture. You know what I mean? Because that shit ain't real hip hop. You know what I mean? Not to say that they're not a part of the culture or nothing like that, but they're not following the forefathers. So, you know, they don't have no love for the culture. You know what I mean? It's all about
they don't
getting
even
bread.
respect it.
Yeah,
They
it's
don't
all about
respect
getting
it.
money. It's all about goofy stuff, a bunch of goofiness. You know what I mean? But then you have some younger kids who are completely enamored in the culture. So, you know, I guess it just depends, right? I have friends who have teenage sons and they're really into underground music, and then I have friends who have teenage kids and they're completely into the mainstream music.
Yeah, it's like
but I guess it's
Radcat's son.
how you raise them.
And, you know, Coach, I think it's called Culture Contra. I think that's the name of their group.
Coach Contra, yeah.
You know, they four young individuals that are about the bars, they about lyrics, they about the culture, and it shows. It shows in the content. You know what I mean?
And I've met those kids, and they're super humble. So, yeah.
It's a great thing, you know, that hip hop can still live. You know, hip hop is always going to be, but it is also up to the youth to kind of study everything we study. You know, like me, you know, I don't study Curtis Blow and the LL Cool J's, because that's when I was young. That's what the culture was. EPMD. You know, your Redmans, your
and
your
I
Mobb
feel like
Deep.
you should. I feel like you should go through those cycles. If you're a real hip hop kid, you should go through the 80s. You should go through the 90s. You should go through all of these, you know, times of what was going on to build this culture into what it is today.
Right.
But a lot of kids don't have that guidance, I believe, too. You know what I mean? They're not guided by the right people. But you see, too, like you could look online and there's 10-year-old DJs that are absolutely incredible, that are spinning all real hip-hop. You know what I mean? So there's break dancers all over the world that are really representing for the culture. There's graffiti artists all over the world that are really, really representing for the culture. In America, we've lost the essence of our culture. And that's just probably based off a mainstream agenda that they've tried to push for a minute, which is to dehumanize us and to make us hate and to put out a message of death and drugs and that's why you don't have these kids are lost and they have a lot of mental issues and it's hard for them to find relationships and all these things that are just was so natural to someone like probably you, someone like me. It was just so natural growing up. It's just such a different time, and what they're pushing now is an agenda, and it's to demasculinize men and to make women less feminine, men more feminine. It's a whole ordeal that's going on, but it's an agenda that they've been pushing. That's why you have to teach. That's why you have to teach the babies, and I'm a firm believer in that. And that's why everybody loved Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang was for the babies. You're supposed to teach them, right? And I feel like there's a lot of lost guidance with these kids. But then you do have certain gems. You know what I mean? That's why you can't take it all as a negative. You have to look at the positives of it as well. But I believe in America we've been a little lost. We've been a little brainwashed, you know what I mean, to certain things.
That's why I feel like, the low-life culture is very prominent because, people like Thurston Howe, people like Rack Lowe, and a few other brothers, they actually do stuff for the community, whether it's baseball, clothing giveaways, the book bag drives, everything is for the youth, because the youth is the future. And if we're not teaching them now, where they going to be? They're going to be lost, and they're not going to have no guidance. They, like you said, they're not going to have respect for their elders,
Right. their number one influence is social media now. So your children are being brainwashed by something that isn't even real, but they think it's real. So and like I said, it's an agenda that they've been pushing, because if they're able to make men feminine, they're able to take control, and then it could be martial law. If we don't have strong men in the communities leading the communities, it's going to be martial law out here, and that's what they want. You know what I mean? They want to keep us in a box, in a bubble where we can't do nothing. Where they control everything. You know what I mean? And people are just so blind to what's going on around them. You know what I mean? And they're not raising their children right. You know what I mean? They're letting them be influenced by social media, which is ass. You know what I mean? Like if you're following some weirdo on social media, you think that's the way you should be living. You know what I mean? Like, you have no guidance in life. No one's told you that that's not real, and this is what reality is. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that's why they try
process. It's definitely a process, but we need real people to speak knowledge. That's why I like teaching in my raps as well. So half of my raps might be a glorification of the streets, and then the other half of my raps is going to teach you something. I'm going to teach you about the Sumerian tablets. I'm going to teach you about the Anunnaki. I'm going to teach you about a bunch of different things. You know what I mean? You have to have the yin and the yang. You have to have duality.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why a lot of greats, social media and everything try to silence them. Like our Chuck D's, our KRS Ones. You know what I'm saying? Like the Rakims, and these are artists that wise, intelligent. These are all artists that always speak knowledge, and they try to teach the youth and teach them about society and your surroundings. And the media just try to hush them up. They don't get play on radio.
Right, and that's all purposeful. Like, that's done on purpose.
It is.
So and why would that be purposeful? Because they're teaching in their raps, and they're teaching about African knowledge, old knowledge. They're teaching you about what's real and not what's fake. So that's why they don't want that to be played to the masses, because they're scared that if the masses come together, then the government understands that if the people unite and come together, then they have no power. And that's what they fear the most.
True indeed. So, E, let's give the people some more of Supreme Cerebral. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
Before we get out of here.
No doubt. Gonna line up a few joints here, and man, thank you once again for taking the time to join us, man.
Definitely, I appreciate y'all having me.
And before you get out of here, let the people know, how to find you. Whether vinyl, CD, your merchandise, or just to follow you on this journey of hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Word. So all social media is at Bugsy Nino, which is BUGZYNINO. If you want to hit my website, it's BugsyNino17.bandcamp.com. If you're trying to get vinyl, you could go to, if they have any of my copies left, cphcrates.com, which is CopenhagenCrates.com. And you can get any vinyl you want. I got an album coming out with Elo Kush in July. We got the vinyl dropping through Copenhagen. That's called Connoisseurs 3. I have an album dropping with my man DJ Suave from Copenhagen. That'll be coming out later in the year. That's called Son of Hannibal. And then I have
an album with Suave.
Yeah, I got an incredible album with Suave, actually. I'm kind of proud of that album. And then I have an album with Macapella, who's one of Hus Kingpin's producers out of Scotland. We haven't named that album yet, but that album's completed. We already finished it. We just haven't named it or gotten the artwork done. But I have those 3 albums coming out this year. I just dropped with my brother's older grade in Alphabetic. The album's called Gold Pyramids. The group is called Royal Council. That's out now on my Bandcamp. If you want to go to my Bandcamp and grab that. CDs are limited. I think there's maybe 20 out of the 100 left. And yeah, you could just hit me on any social media. I'm always open to listening to beats. I'm always open to listening to collabs. I'm not one of them dudes that's gonna leave you on red. You know what I mean? I'll actually respond to you. And just get at me. I got a bunch of music coming out the next 2 years. Like, I'm always a little bit ahead of schedule as far as albums go, and I usually drop anywhere from 3 to 4 albums a year. It's just kind of how I work.
Swab.
If you're interested in following the journey and getting the music, just follow me. You know what I mean? And it's only getting better. So I mean. You know what I mean?
So all you can do is get better, you know what I mean?
Right,
sure.
Right. From the artwork to the lyrics to everything, I've just, you kind of find yourself, and then, everything just starts running. So I'm at that point right now where I feel good, you know what I mean? And I feel like the material I'm dropping is up there. So
yeah, shout out DJ Swab. He's part of the Madman Camp. He's been, probably one of the first artists in the States that shed light on him. He mixed and mastered my album Cataclysm. Then in 2022, we dropped the album called Fennec Cloth. A big shout out to DJ Swab. I can't wait to hear what y'all got cooking, because he's a phenomenal producer, and you Supreme Cerebral. You know what I'm saying? The name speaks for itself. And, man, Eve, let's take him out of here. Shout out Supreme Cerebral. 2 L's up to you, my brother.
2 L's up.
Cool hand.
Yes,
It's Forever Screwball Radio, Saturday night, episode 173. Shout out to people worldwide that's tuning in with us. Shout out my man Just P for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? And let's take us out of here.
All right.
All I do is rock low cymbals. 2 L's up, 2 L's up. All I do is rock low cymbals. 2 L's up, 2 L's up. All I do is rock low cymbals. 2 L's up, 2 L's up. Bury me with the low on. Serial booster like rack low and thirsting how the Ayak. Polo kayak, I'm so diverse with style. 92 ski goose, cookie crest. The look is fresh. Corduroy chinos, wool scarf, and some good scotch. Ralphie's kid descendant, teddy bear, sweater vintage. Started in the crack epidemic, now we transcended. Yacht club, polo sport, always rock a polo horse. Self-absorbed, stare at myself with all my polo on. Suicide ski symbols, diamond crest, how my vibes express. Dress to impress, gold covers our necks. Polo high-tech and Indian head leathers, turtleneck sweaters, anoraks and parkas, double RL. Lawrence Sherlings on the block trying to double our sales and earnings. P-Wing coveted, anniversary flag beloved, only do it for the love of it. Low life, love and loyalty I'm covered in, go discover it. 2 L's up, 2 L's up. All I do is rock low cymbals. 2 L's up, 2 L's up. All I do is rock low cymbals. 2 L's up, 2 L's up. All I do is rock low cymbals. 2 L's up, 2 L's up. Bury me with the low on.
The label is purple, you can't touch me. Think you shining, but look crusty. Jackets from low, y'all niggas can't even find. New to this game, but most people behind. Plug thugs all around the world, you can't imagine. Niggas rocking Gucci and Fendi, that's not fashion. Polo head to toe, it's just classic. Anything else besides that is tragic. Route, you got my support to the casket. If bitches love it, it works magic. Rocking this polo gear, it's just a passion. See rappers wearing that bullshit, we laughing. The sport is polo, you better get with it. Double R, the gang, you get a clip with it. And the shit ain't cheap, it's in the big digits. Flyest nigga alive, the bitches kick it with us.
2 L's up, 2 L's up. All I do is rock low cymbals. 2 L's up, 2 L's up. All I do is rock low cymbals. 2 L's up, 2 L's up. All I do is rock low cymbals. 2 L's up, 2 L's up.
Yeah.
Bury me with the low.
I started off doing all kind of dirt, doing all kind of work, just to make bitches say, ooh, look where that horse is on his shirt. Thought like a goon, I pay if I can take it first. Cause I'm a wolf, I howl at the moon and obey my thirst. We hop the trucks, coast to coast, boost the shit like Triple A. Rugbies and bubble coats, clean up better than school picture day. Strike force flag with the jacket, I'm a nightmare like Freddie K. So orders with this Macy's bag, my service better than Chick-fil-A. The 9-3 had the USA pull over Raekwon had. Pushing brick weed, the smokers out of transport bags. Squares of green like tartan print, pay what you owe in cash. But I'll trade for the right low, bitch into a new with tag. So many horses in the stable, Megan would feel right at home. Give us some dick for our thoughts and polo napkins to write them on. Strapped like Ranger boots, the black sweater color match my cologne. Next to them copping, polar bear watches, that's the time I'm on.
2 L's up, 2 L's up. All I do is rock low cymbals. 2 L's up, 2 L's up. All I do is rock low cymbals. 2 L's up, 2 L's up. All I do is rock low cymbals. 2 L's up, 2 L's up. Bury me with the low on.
Outside, no man is safe from. Bang guns, slang drugs while coppers chase us. Thick bass sluts who pull razors. Stealers and takers, seasons and tapers. Spanish translators. Crack rock makers, wires and tasers. Pistols with lasers, devil won't forsake us. Advantageous by nature. Lord save us from the heinous acts so audacious. Vivacious cops detain us, they hate us for being paid up. Some betrayed us for status and small pay cuts. It's outrageous. Lord save us from the ignoramus. Fake hood famous. Niggas with a disclaimer, I ain't playing about the paper. You'll get murdered and I'll take it. Nicky Santoro in casino sipping vino. Blood call me Nino, snorting gagging through a Cino. Valentino Pico hides the ego, mi amigo. They'll find your body chopped up somewhere in Bernardino.
The grimy life, sell white and shoot dice. Hold your gun tight, out of sight from the pole lights. Stay right, been with my A, likes to pull a heist, snatch your ice. For a slice of the devil's pie, the grimy life. Sell white and shoot dice. Hold your gun tight, out of sight from the pole lights. Stay right, been with my A, likes to pull a heist, snatch your ice. For a slice of the devil's pie.
I came from a place you will get murdered. My hands not clean, I did a lot of dirt. You better play it cool, get your team hurt. I put in work, twin always outside. Reputation is real, I let bullets fly. Grimy one, never tell a lie. I'm the one in the crib, chefing up pie. Every day is a homicide. Niggas dead ass broke, if you asking why. Buck 50 across the forehead. Drama with me, I want them all dead. Ducking fed, they just can't catch up. We robbed the spot, of course we masked up. Since a kid I never gave a fuck. All stressed out, but trying to live it up. Life is tough, but watch me pull through it.
Grimy life, sell white and shoot dice. Hold your gun tight, out of sight from the pole lights. Stay right, been with my A, likes to pull a heist, snatch your ice. For a slice of the devil's pie, the grimy life. Sell white and shoot dice. Hold your gun tight, out of sight from the pole lights. Stay right, been with my A-lights to pull a heist, snatch your ice for a slice of the devil's pie.
The NYPD says he's wanted on drug-related charges. He escaped from police custody at some point last night in the area of 12th Street and 41st Avenue. That's the Queensbridge houses. He's believed to live here and to also be hiding here, so detectives could be seen canvassing the area overnight.
If having a special flow was a crime, I'll be arrested. I'm ready to comment in your life. Never avoid drama, if it's what you like. Man, my blood type is street corner hustler and gat tucker. You bitch, I might have fucked her. I spit factual statements. Accidental murderers, my niggas, can you relate to this? No safety, so I buck right from the jump off the rip. Get off my dick, plain and simple. You couldn't dig my dirt with a shovel from the devil. I'm on a whole other level. My watch bezel, stay shining, I stay grinding. All I said, cause you ain't checking for the timing. On the other hand, fuck was in my other hand. Shots to spray the niggas crazy, like no one y'all can move me. Just a movie, 2 shots to the side, 1 to the head, you boozy. Wipe me down like Boosie, I go tone deaf, niggas salute me.
Action, shoot, madman, we been at it. Street cinema graphic, accidental murderers, paper make killers. The time is upon you. No film director, no editor. 25 to life for your accidental murder. Life cut short, watch the gun burst. Should've put your life first. Now you in the yard with the lifers. Should've put your life first. Accidental murderer.
What I represent is an epidemic of chaos with a hustler's spirit rising up in a seance. Possessed by the souls of fallen entrepreneurs, networking with Ouija boards to be opening doors. Fuck a fork in the road, I got a knife to cut around. Survive trips up and down highways that's hellbound. Bring forth light to airwaves, a divine sound. Unite with my man brothers, we stand ground. Chew you out the orbit, you rap as a bubble gum. With a pork rind appetite, you blind, deaf, dumb. I make lines that's deadly, lyrical chemtrails. You can't escape from your departed trains derailed. Rhyme Ayatollah, fuck you and your payola. DJs feel the illness, I spit like Ebola. Replenish our 7 chakras, they can't stop us. Resurrecting the game, defibrillating the chakras.
Action, shoot, madman, we been at it. Street cinema graphic, accidental murderers, paper make killers. The time is upon you. No film director, no editor. 25 to life for your accidental murder. Life cut short, watch the gun burst. Should've put your life first. Now you in the yard with the lifers. Should've put your life first. Accidental murderer. Niggas catching bodies on loose sleep. What fame do you seek when you pull heat and squeeze out of fear? Body left dormant. The whole case you pled, you didn't mean to do it. Family looking at you like, why did you do it? Could've had a scholarship off your bald hand, ruined over something so childish. The cracks will swallow you whole, the streets is cold. It's even colder in the mountains when you left with no care package. Surrounded by fiends and savages. No film script, shit is all real. Nightmares over the same scenario. You hear the loud shots in live stereo. That was your people, you couldn't even be at his burial. All cause you was frontin' like you was a killer / drug dealer. Showed your pop's gun, now you label accidental murderer. Accidental murderer.
Life moves fast, and accidents happen. Duke offers same-day and next-day appointments at locations near you. We can get you back on your feet faster, so you can get back to the things you love. Make your appointment at dukehealth.org today.